Let's blaze it up.
Fire it up.
It's Colin's Blazing 5. Eagles at Bengals.
I'm taking the Bengals at home -3. Joe Burrow eats alive the NFC like Lamar Jackson. He's 10-1 with 24 touchdowns and 5 picks. Their last 3 losses, Chiefs, Ravens, and Commanders. Cincinnati's playing well. They're losing close games to good teams. Joe Burrow's absolutely on fire. Leads the NFL with 5 games with multiple touchdown passes and 100-plus passer rating. Jalen Hurts is not hot. They're overvalued. Philly is overvalued. Their back-to-back wins came against the Browns, maybe the worst team in the league, and the Giants. They had 70 yards passing. Jalen Hurts is struggling. Their offense is easily the worst first-quarter offense in the league, so Cincinnati's probably taking a lead and playing with a lead. And their defense doesn't take the ball away. An NFL low 2 takeaways this year. I'm taking comfortable Joe Burrow with a lead at home. Lay the points, 30-23 Bengals.
Packers at Jaguars.
I mean, Jordan Love's tied for the NFL lead in touchdown passes. He missed 2 starts. They are young and getting better by the Sunday. Green Bay is second in the league in explosive plays. Jacksonville doesn't offer those. Jordan Love missed 2 games, 15 touchdown passes. His protection's much better than Trevor Lawrence will get. And Doug Peterson and the Jags, he's on the hot seat. 3-10 over their last 13 games. Their pass defense, awful. Third down defense, not great. Only 3 takeaways. Again, Jordan Love is going to be really comfortable. It's only 4 points. The Jaguars' defense this season, it is bad. And bad defenses against the speed, the efficiency, and the coaching of Green Bay. I'm taking the Packers to cover 33-26.
Colts at Texans.
I like rivalry game in division, Colts +5. Without Nico Collins, Texans' offense is not the same. First of all, believe it or not, the Colts are the highest scoring offense in the league in the fourth quarter. Why? Run game and excellent coaching. Jonathan Taylor, ankle issue, he's been cleared. Colts have won 4 of their last 5 games. They just started off slowly. C.J. Stroud, I like him, but the protection, as J-Mac pointed out this week, without Nico Collins, he's the 3rd most sacked quarterback in the league this year and the 2nd most pressure. And Nico Collins is really the key for this young quarterback to succeed. I think it's a 27-26 game. I think the Colts may lose, but I'm going to take them to cover. It's 27-26, take the points.
Cardinals at Dolphins.
I'm going to take Miami -4. Listen, they're very good at home with Mike McDaniel, and this game means not only a lot to win, but to look good and get that locker room back on your side. It's a different offense with Tua. When they have Tua, they're 20-12. Without him, they're 2-6 and can't score. Kyler Murray struggled last week in a win. The worst third down defense in the league is Arizona. Miami at home, Arizona on a short week. I think Miami translates third down to first downs. Also, Arizona's given up 6 yards of play. Justin Herbert, with no perimeter weapons of note, threw for 350 yards. Tua at home. This is a flex spot. This locker room, you start fraying when you lose, and you lose again, and you lose again. Miami, if they have a chance, will pour it on. Dolphins win, score a lot, 30-24.
Bears at Commanders.
I flipped on this one this morning. I'm going to take the Commanders +3. I like Chicago. Are they good enough to go on the road and win a game right now? Really? I like them. I don't love them. I watch Minnesota's a good team. They couldn't win on the road. The Commanders have not lost a home game. And Marcus Mariota last week in relief, 78% completion percentage. This O-line, this run game, this offensive staff. Their defense was awful last year. It's not as bad this year. It's 15th. And the Bears' 3-game winning streak has come against the Rams without Cooper Kupp and Nakua, the Panthers, and the Jags. Caleb Williams is one of the most sacked quarterbacks in the league this year. His ability to move is fooling people. He's under duress. If they had a less mobile quarterback, they'd be in trouble. And they've got all sorts of injuries, do the Bears, on the back end of their defense. Corners and safeties may not play. I'm going to take the Commanders to win in what will be a very, very good football game, 28-24. Yeah, I think the Bears' O-line is not as good as we think, but Caleb is making you think it's a little better than it is. So I'm taking the better quarterback in a lot of these games. Colts-Texans is a division rivalry game. I'm just going to take the underdog in a division rivalry game. With Jimmy Johnson, a two-time Super Bowl champ, college football champ, and also Fox Sports analyst. So, hey, listen, you know better than anybody that Jerry likes to talk. And he's gotten really noisy over the last 2 weeks. My favorite part is when Aikman was critical. The next day, Jerry came out and said, "Boy, that's a credible guy there. We better listen to that guy." So when the noise is engulfing you, and you didn't deal with it maybe the first year with Jerry, he was doing business, but every year you'd hear more. How do you keep the locker room, Jimmy, quiet? How do you get out of that stuff?
Well, I think it really comes with the territory. Yeah, if you're going to coach the Dallas Cowboys, you're going to have to expect, some distractions. You're going to have to expect on a weekly basis answering questions about what your owner said. So it really, like I said, I think McCarthy, he knew what he was getting into when he took the job. I think any coach that goes to the Dallas Cowboys, that's what they deal with. And it's really not even up for discussion. That's what's going to happen.
There was a story this week about the facility and the tours. And, players wouldn't say it that were with the Cowboys, but ex-Cowboys were like, yeah, it's a bit of a zoo. I'm just trying to get a workout in. Listen, it's Jerry the marketer. I don't think any coach wants that. Again, it's not ideal. Would that drive you nuts?
Well, I'll give you a quick story. Jerry's was close friends with Prince Bandar, Saudi Arabia. Yeah. And so I had a rule, that, with the players, once I shut the door after the game, I'm talking to the team and nobody could get in. I got into it with Charles Haley when he was a little bit late. I wouldn't let him in the room. Well, I start talking to the team after the Chicago game at the end of the season, and we had just become the number one defense in the league. And Dave Wanstead and all that crew, they were so proud, and they were ready for me to congratulate the defense for being the number one defense in the league. And I was just about ready to talk, and there's a banging on the door in the locker room. And here comes Jerry with Prince Bandar and a whole entourage of people.
Oh, boy.
Wanting to hear my post-game talk. And so I looked at them and I looked at the team and I looked at our defensive coaches. I said, "Nice game. I'll see you Tuesday." And I walked off. And Dave said, "He didn't even congratulate us for being number one defense." But that's what you deal with if you're at the Dallas Cowboys.